So do you want to know how I sold this house for $200,000 over anything in the neighborhood? Stay tuned, I'm going to tell you how. The sellers bought this house 4 years earlier and it was all original. They went in there and did about everything you could think about. New roof, impact windows, brand new bathrooms, and everything was done with high-end finish. They even did a beautiful pool in the center with a spa. I mean, this house had it all. So the challenge here was for him to be able to recuperate the money, even come up with some profits so he could purchase another home. Not an easy task, but I was up for the challenge. These were good clients of mine and I was up for it. Well, the first thing we did was bring in a stager. You know, the owners had moved out already. They had some furniture there, but we had to make things work with the furniture that he had. And also there were some rooms that were a little bit challenged. They were smaller than your typical room. So a stager had that great vision of setting up a room with the right furniture to make it look right for the photos. So the entrance of this house was a great room. And I wanted the stager to create a wow factor when people walked in. This was gonna come out on the photos and this was gonna get a lot of people through the door. Another thing we did was ask the seller for a detailed list of everything he did. This was gonna help us do a brochure for the property and write the remarks. So when the buyers will come in, they would take it and read everything the house had done. And also, it was gonna help me when I met the appraisal and give them all the detailed information of all the upgrades and things done to this property. So we planned a twilight open house where we did this right about sunset so people could get a great feel of the property. You know, the lighting is also great at that time. We mailed out about 2,000 brochures and we got a great response. We had over 50 buyers that came in and the house just looked beautiful. And we ended up getting 2 buyers from that open house, 1 cash buyer and 1 finance buyer. At the end, we ended up with the finance buyer just because the terms and the price was better. But we knew there was gonna be a little bit of a challenge with the appraisal. And that's where my knowledge and expertise kicked in. When the appraisal got there, I had a detailed list from the owners, everything he had done to the property. I also looked at some new construction that was being built. There was a couple properties that were under contract but hadn't closed. And I actually talked to the agent and kind of prepared them that, you know, if he got a call from the appraisal, to basically give him an idea of what that property was going to sell by. And those comps helped us out. The appraisal came in, you know, the buyer was super happy. He got a property that had everything he wanted and he didn't have to do any upgrades to it. The seller was super thrilled that we got the number that he wanted and he was able to reinvest on another property. So everything worked out. At the end, with the right marketing and the right strategy, we were able to get that buyer in the door and sell this property for $200,000 over anything else in the neighborhood. So if you've been thinking of selling, we'd love to sit down with you and have a conversation. Give us a call at the number below and I'll see you in the next video.